What's going on, guys? This is Uche Njoku, and I am here in New Rochelle, New York, where I live, and waiting for breakfast. I'm getting breakfast for my family over at Bagel Zone. If you live in New Rochelle, you know about Bagel Zone right on Main Street. Great bagels, great food, and quick and easy. I just got out of physical therapy. Man, I'm falling apart. As soon as you start getting grays, it's like your body starts doing its own thing. But now I have a little tendonitis in the elbow, so I had to go in there. I've been going in there for the past 2 weeks now, getting treated and getting some physical therapy. So I want to make this quick video based on a number of videos I've been watching recently. I've been watching a lot of videos about teachers and the apparent huge exodus of teachers from the profession. And I have to say, I haven't come across any data, and I haven't really been looking for it, that tells like literally how many teachers are actually moving out. But there is definitely a tribe of teachers on YouTube who are talking about their experiences, and are leaving the profession. And I can't say anything bad about that. At the end of the day, as a human being, you gotta do what's best for you. And you gotta you gotta put yourself in a position where you're happiest, where you're not just existing to do a job. I've always told my community that if you come into this profession, it's a work. It's not a job. And hopefully you're doing your work in a safe space, an ideal space for you. Because no matter where you are, no two schools are the same. No two school coaches are the same. No leadership teams or even your colleagues are the same. Every school has a unique identity and a unique culture. And it's sad that there's a lot of schools out there that are chaotic and are function under poor leadership. And there's also a lot of schools that are in communities that are struggling, where it's not about leadership. It's not about necessarily the people in the building. It's everything that's happening outside. Which makes it very hard to really run your classroom or run the school or create a space that is conducive to learning. So yeah, I'm watching these videos and I empathize because I am a teacher. Yes, my position for the past number of years has been principal. But all the principal means is principal is the lead, the main person within that institution. So I am a teacher by profession. I am a licensed teacher, a special ed teacher. I came to New York City in 2005 to do exactly that. And my career, my work has put me out of the classroom to be a dean, to run special education departments, math departments, science departments, to run a middle school program, high school program, to become an assistant principal, to be assistant principal through elementary school, middle school, and high school, and become a middle school principal, and eventually now a high school principal. All that has been with the understanding that my primary role and responsibility is a teacher. Because how else do I observe and coach and consult with teachers about their craft if I'm not a teacher? So I empathize because I have been there. I have been under poor leadership. I have been in schools that are chaotic. I have, had chairs thrown at me. I have, been punched in the fight because I was trying to break it up. I have been running down the hallway in my dress shoes just so I stopped wearing dress shoes, started wearing sneakers, and literally lost my footing and was feet in the air and fell on my back and had to go to the hospital. I have been kicked in the groin by a student who was literally in distress and trying to jump off a staircase, and I'm trying to block their space, trying to, block them from hurting themselves, and got kicked intentionally. And I had to eat that and stay right there and make sure the child was safe. I've had a kid pull out a gun out of their backpack, because somebody's told me, I think this kid has a gun, and had to be school safety and my principal and everybody in the office. And I was the one who actually asked the kid, like, hey, what's going on? What's in your bag? And he came in the bag and pulled out a gun. Thank God it was not loaded, but that was something that I had to experience. So all these different spaces of stress and anxiety and being cussed out and, facing racism. Like, listen, I've had parents who told me, like, listen, I don't like that African. I don't like Africans, period. And I'm thinking to myself, because what? You had a bad experience, buying your fake Gucci bag in downtown. Like, I don't know. Like, what is it that was about me and my African heritage, maybe because of my name, Uche Chukwu Njoku, that made you feel that way? But all these things are experiences that have been mine as a teacher and as a dean, assistant principal. And the work is hard. It's tough. You get kicked in the teeth all day long. You get kicked in the teeth by your students, by your parents, by teachers, by administrators, whether it's in the school building or district level or even above that. Listen, I've been attacked by superintendents so many times in my career because I chose to follow a path that I believe was in the best interest of my students and not necessarily what looked good for them, for my direct supervisors. And all that wears on you. It really does wear on you. So those people who are saying, like, you know what, I'm quitting, I'm moving on. And I would say this, don't say you're quitting. Say that you're transitioning to something else. Because at the end of the day, no, I don't believe there's any job, that's meant to be forever. Especially if you came into the profession looking for a job. And then if this is your work, it's something you're passionate about, I don't think that necessarily your work has to be the same for the rest of your life. I think work itself can transition to something else. But it is saddening to see so many people who are so disgruntled from their experience. And I'll be honest with you. Like, there's a lot of people who've worked for me or worked for me as a principal who are not fans of mine, because my expectations have always been very, very high. And my thing has always been, if I'm willing to go into the gutter to protect and serve my students, I expect you to do the same thing with me. I've never been one to be like, I got to go sit in the ivory tower and look down upon the peons and be like, okay, you do this. No, I have to be in the gutter too, because at the end of the day, I'm serving a community of students which have, my whole entire career has always been urban children, because I'm an urban child. I went to a public school in Los Angeles, public schools in elementary school, public schools in middle school and high school. Even when I was in Nigeria, I went to a school in Nigeria that there was a hole in the wall with no glass or ain't no protection. Like, if it rained, you moved your desk away from the window, because that's the world I grew up in. So for me, I really believe it's very important that in the work that we do, students come first. And not everybody's been appreciative of that. Some people wanted to slide and have an easy go at serving the neediest students that in this country. And yeah. So I'm saying all this to say that those of you who are leaving the profession, I really pray that you find your path, and your path might be coming back and serving children in a different way. And so for some of you, it's not meant to be at all, period. And I get that. There have been days where I've been like, man, I don't know if I can do this, continue doing this. And 17 years later, here I am, still rocking. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about that, watching those videos and my thoughts around them. Lastly, I want to say, for those of you who this is your work and you're grinding through every single day, you keep pushing forward, listen, you are the heroes. You are the one. And I'm going to share in my next video the concept of the one. And the 9 and the 1. I'm going to share that concept. But you are either in the 9s or the 1s of people in this field that, man, we can't do without you guys. So again, this is Uche Njoku, and I just want to drop this quick video, and then we'll go pick up my bagels so I can go feed my family. All right, be well, peace.